What's up, everybody? I'm Man with No Name, and I'm sitting here with my homeboy, Drenched Ashes, and we're here to talk about his new hit singles and his new album that he's got out. I see he's got Chris Calico on the album, and he's got Swizz, and so let's talk a little bit about that, man. What do you say?
Okay, so basically, it's a pleasure to be here, Man with No Name, and thing is that I got Swizz on the album because he's been someone that I've been listening to since I was a child, since I was a youngin', and so he heavily influenced my path of the way not how I rap, but like the way how my mindset is, kinda, and like a lot of values come from like that.
A strong influence.
Yeah, a strong influence.
That's awesome, man, to get somebody that you kind of like look up to in the industry on your side, you know, kinda,
exactly,
or working in your corner at least, you know, however that may have come about, you know, when it comes to getting somebody on your album. So like, not everybody may not know who Swizz is, for instance, and he's one of the features on your album. So for those of the people out there that don't know who Swizz is, why don't you give them a little backstory on where Swizz comes from and who he works with?
Okay, so Swizz was co-founder of Funk Volume, and he works solo now. But the thing is that he founded this label with Marcus Hobson. And Hobson, sorry for mispronouncing it, but the thing is that these guys created this label based off of brotherhood and divinity and unity, and so that played a heavy part into like how my morals are today. And so these two guys basically helped me develop the person I am today. And so I reached out to Swizz, and I was all like, hey man, can I, like, I already got you on a pre-recorded track, but like, can I get you on a verse, like on a real verse, like something that's tailored to me?
So and you say pre-recorded track. So is this like, a lot of artists don't know that, or people out there in the industry, they don't know how the industry works. So when you say pre-recorded track, is that something that's just they had sitting around and you were able to buy?
Yes, it was just something like a producer had sitting around and I was able to buy it.
Nice. So that's pretty cool. Like, you're able to work with artists, and I assume because you did it that way, you get a little better deal or whatever the case. But it's pretty awesome. You get to work with the people that you look up to, you know?
Exactly.
I remember when I first started in hip hop and doing sound at shows even, I worked for this little club here in Spokane that's no longer around. It was called The Hop. May it rest in peace. It was such a crazy, crazy cool club because there were so many big name acts that rolled through there. And the owner, TC, was just a really awesome dude. And he, so what he did, it was really cool because he would bring in these giant acts, just like you're saying with your album. He'd bring in these big acts, these guys who work with just about everybody, and then he would let the local openers come in and buy tickets and become a part of the show in that way, that they were able to bring their crowd, awesome. And their fans were able to see them open for these big acts. So I was blessed at the time to be an on-call sound guy, and I remember working with Brother Lynn. I mean, besides that, you got Chris Calico on that album. Yes. And what track is that one, by the way?
That is number 6, I believe. It's called Hurt 'Em, and the thing is that I had a lot of fun with that track because this is where I discovered a little bit of auto-tune with Man with No Name. And so...
Bumble with the B and get the hoe high. No jive jack, poison the well and ain't no coming back from that. Asthma attack from that, ain't no cap in that. I be strapped, but it don't matter cause I put the kill in a cookie batter. I'm like, whoa, absolutely nothing you can do. They be off in the lab and you getting the jab and hoping you pull through. My gift is the gab, I be off in the bag and 100 faces still blue. Just want a payment for I'm underpayment, nothing for my babies won't do. Now give me a piece of American pie, cause you stole it and worked for petroleum. Lied to me in my eye. 40 acres, at least what you told them, and hurry up and die. Soldiers and bags in the flag, they just folding them. Tags on they toes, they get wrecked, so don't fold. I just flip up the burgers, I know they just hurting them. Ow! I see red. see red people. Oh, out to get people. Oh, I think they're evil. Oh, let them scare people.
This motor knocking too many holes in my chest. It's for the best. Like I gotta wear a bulletproof vest. Your attitude I detest. Stress in this industry is eating at me. I just wanna be free from the chaotic epiphanies. Nothing going down in flames. You wanna play because I don't with games. I don't fuck with you lame. Stay in your lane before I cause this pain. I think the red people are evil. With the thought process tactics, it can be so lethal. With the head, everybody else saying fucking equal. Drip to the paint, don't never claim some you ain't. I know throughout life sometimes I wasn't the same, so they had to put me in restraints for me to get along with people. It's hard to relate with life. Anything gone the way was my schizo and ADD made it hard for me to concentrate. We was running to walls at a very fast rate. Dear like ball, please take me into your gates.
I see red people. Oh, out to get people. Oh, I think they're evil. Oh, let them scare people. Hurt them. I see red people. Out to get people. I think they're evil. Let them scare people. Hurt them. I see red people. Out to get people. I think they're evil. Let them scare people. I see red people. Out to get people. I think they're evil. Let them scare people.
It was very awesome to have Chris Calico on the track, and I shout out to Wishmaster, and because he's the one that produced that, and so I just mixed in, I just engineered the vocal.
I have quite a few beats from Wishmaster myself, and he's a great producer. For those of you that don't know about him, check him out, Wishmaster Beats. He's a dope producer, and he works with a ton of people in the industry. It's definitely well worth your time to check him out, as well as many others. I mean, you have several producers. If you want to grab this CD,
yeah, I'm gonna grab this CD real quick because
you have several producers on your album as well. So let's see here. Let's kind of go over who's on there as far as producers go. You got Anno Domini as a producer on your tracks. He's worked with Tech Nine. He's worked with Chris Calico. He's worked with the Loonies, tons of different people as far as that goes. You've also got Jackie Tony as a producer on the tracks. But it's nice to have you on here and talk about the album. I mean, outside of the album, what do you have going on?
Outside the album, I got a tour going on, and the thing is, you brought me on this tour. Thank you, Uncle. And the thing is that I'm very pleased to be on this tour because it's not just no tour. It's just not like some tour. It's the Outsiders tour.
The Outsiders tour, and that's because alienated. We are kind of the outsiders. We've always been the last ones picked at dodgeball or whatever.
Exactly.
So it's great to see that I'm able to get you out there on the road with me, and you get to enjoy that time yourself as well.
Yes, because at the end of the day, you have to, if you want to make it anywhere in this industry, you have to invest in yourself. That's one thing I'm going to tell people. You have to invest in yourself. Because if you don't invest in yourself, then what are you doing in this game?
We all have to start somewhere in the game, and I get that, believe me. But
for real.
But it takes money to make money at everything in this world. So if you can't
does.
invest whatever it is per hour that the producer's charging you, that you're working with, somebody you feel comfortable with, to get in the booth and do what they do, then you need to think about where your passions lie. Is this just a hobby, or is this something that you seriously want to do? And it seems to me like from all the releases that you're not going anywhere anytime soon. And so
no.
Getting you out there on the tour and making you a part of what we do is great, And so I'm a veteran in the game. I've toured the whole country. I've gone to Woodstock. I've gone to I've done shows for 100,000 people.
Shows
I've done
down my
shows
spine.
I've done shows for 10 people. I've traveled 100 miles to play for packed clubs, and I've traveled 100 miles to play for my friend who drove 25 miles to find the club. It doesn't matter what it is. And a lot of us, we invest in ourselves every day because we believe in what we do. And at the end of the day, if you don't love what you're doing, then you probably shouldn't be here. So,
Yes.
Shout outs to all those people that have put in the grind to be independent, to stay on the road and do what they do. And shout outs to you for sticking it out. Jacoby, Drenched Ashes, and the Outsiders tour coming to a town near you. And if we ain't booked in your city,
Book us.
hit up my man Arthur, aka Abnormal. Find him on Facebook and look for our links for the tour. Get involved. We'd love to see you. Can't wait to meet you. Pieces.